Hey everyone, what's up? My name is MarkHawk, and today we're taking a look at one of the most hyped up helmet camera launches, well, ever. The GoPro Hero 3. It's pretty awesome. Let's check it out. Hey guys, so this is the GoPro Hero 3. Just gonna quickly show you kind of what you get in the box before we actually get to the camera. We've had this for about a week and a half now, so we've already gotten into this box a few times. So right away you're gonna get a few manuals. One's gonna tell you to go download the manual, how to pair your remote with your camera, because you're gonna need to do that on your computer before you take it out into the field. You're also going to want to update your camera. Go to GoPro.com /update, and it'll sort of walk you through on how you need to update the camera. And you're also going to get a little warranty card. So put those to the side. Open this up real quick. You're going to get, it's basically your standard GoPro Hero box. So if you've had the Hero 2 or the Hero 1, it's pretty much the same setup here. There's no specific editions really this time around for the Black Edition. You have the Black Edition, and then you have the Surf Mount one. Surf Mount one obviously comes with some more surf focus mount. This one, however, comes with your GoPro Wi-Fi remote cable, and then you have your regular USB cable. Put those over here. You have the waterproof housing. Backing, this will actually be on the camera by default, but we have the sort of skeleton mount for better audio on the back there right now. You're going to get your 3-pivot arm, quick release mount, some regular adhesive mounts, the battery of course, which is much smaller this time around, just to give you sort of a scale reference. This is the old GoPro Hero 1 and 2 battery. This is the new Hero 3 battery, so it's a little thicker, but I mean it's still I don't know, maybe it's about 33% smaller, but yeah, just a little thicker. But I'll take this over this, I guess. If you feel about the same, actually this feels a little lighter. Actually, this feels a good amount lighter. So what else do we have here? We have a key ring, which is going to attach to your Wi-Fi remote, so you can kind of hook it up to your keys. If you don't want to use this, and you don't want to, let's say you don't want to use this, you can actually take this out, and then you can just use a wrist strap that's not included with the basic Black Edition. And of course, you're gonna get some good old quality GoPro stickers. Put those on your board, camera, helmet, whatever you want. So we have the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition here. Right off the bat, you're going to notice this camera is a good deal smaller than the GoPro Hero 2 or GoPro 1. We'll take this out of the case in just a second. We'll do it side by side. You're also going to notice this blue flashing light. This is for the built-in Wi-Fi that's in the camera now. So when I press record here, you're going to have a record light on the front here. You're going to get one on the bottom. Actually, you know, let's just take this out of the case. So you're going to do like a little pincher arm or like a little crab arm, and you're going to pull this in and then lift up top. You're also going to notice this now has a flat front lens. Why this is such a big deal is because if you had the old GoPro Hero 2 rounded lenses, like this one, whenever you went underwater, a lot of light would refract into it, and it would cause a lot of distortion in your images. You would get these very muddy images. And actually, with the GoPro Hero 2, they did come out with the dive case at some point, and this was one of my favorite upgrades for the Hero 2. But they've kind of incorporated that design right off the bat from the Hero 3. So your underwater picture quality is going to be amazing. Also, if you're doing snowboarding or anything where moisture's hitting the lens, it's not going to stick to the lens as easily either. So all around good improvements here. Again, the case is smaller. You're also going to get this extra button on the side to control the Wi-Fi on your camera. So what are we gonna? Okay, so we have the extra LEDs. We got the one on the front, top, rear, and bottom. On the side here, we have a little door that you will lose very easily. I kind of wish this attached to the camera, but you could actually buy replacements right now on GoPro.com. So put that right there. So like I was saying, you have this little door, you're gonna lose it. You're also gonna be switching from regular SD to micro SD cards. Now this will support up to 64 gig cards, which is really nice. So it's less of you having to transfer footage off the camera. So if you're on like a multiple day excursion, you don't have to worry about syncing it with a laptop possibly. But just having more space for the day is great, so you never run out of room. You have your USB slot and your micro HDMI or mini HDMI slot here. This little USB port here is also how you're going to get external audio. You're also going to need to buy that separately, unfortunately. So we'll just pop this back on here so this doesn't get lost. I believe these are your microphones built into it. It's not on the front, so your revving and stuff like that sounds a lot better. So the Hero3 Black Edition features a f2.8 6-element astrophysical glass lens. That's one of the bigger differences between the Hero3 Black Edition and the silver compared to the silver and white. The better the glass you have inside the lens, usually the better your camera. That's true with digital SLRs. It kind of applies the same in here. You're also going to have a better image sensor. You're going to be able to do like 2K images, 4K images, as opposed to the silver and white, which cannot do that. It's because it has a better processor, sensor, and glass lens. And that's really what you're paying the extra money for the Black Edition for, is those features. So this camera can do 4K, which is kind of cool, but it's kind of useless right now because it can only do 12 to 15 frames a second. Where this actually gets exciting is you can do 2.7K at 30 frames a second. So this is going to give you a lot of room to sort of scale down your image, sort of zoom in, just cut parts of the image off you don't want, or you can just compress the whole thing down and you're going to have this gorgeous image at 1080, or you can just have a 2K image. You could also do 1440 at up to 48 frames a second. You could also do 30 and 24. At 1080p you could actually do up to 60 frames a second. 960 you can do 100. At 720p you can do 120 frames a second, and they don't really tout it too much, but you can even do 240 frames a second at 480p, which is I think 864 by 480, so it's actually pretty nice. And it's ultra cool because things in slow motion are always awesome. GoPro has introduced something recently called Pro Tunes. It's compatible with the Hero 2 camera, and you can really take awesome advantage of it with the Hero 3. What it's going to do is it's not going to color grade your footage. It's gonna, if you were to film it and then watch it later, it's gonna look very washed out. But really, the idea is that you're gonna bring that footage into a sort of color grading program later on, whether that's Adobe After Effects for you, maybe Magic Bullet Looks, or the Cine Pro software that GoPro Hero 3 provides for you. You'll be able to color grade your footage to look super dope. Why does this matter for you? When you have Pro Tunes enabled, first of all, you're going to get a higher bitrate footage, 45 megabits on the Hero 3. Just for reference, Hero 2 will give you 35 megabits, and you're going to be able to make a better image if you put the effort into it later on. It's going to be an H.264 file though. It's not going to be sort of a DPX or JPEG or Target sequence. It's still going to be H.264. It's going to be 8-bit, but it's going to be a lot nicer to work with that footage than sort of clamped auto color corrected footage from previous helmet cameras.